Hello and welcome back to Frogboy X1 Gaming. I'm Andrew, and today we are trying out Radeon Chill in the AMD Adrenaline software on the 7900 XT. Now, I know a lot of people were talking about the power consumption of what's going on with the 7900 cards. So there's a thing you can get in there, and you can actively set up your you can get in there and you can set up, like, you can play around. You can get in there and you can set up all your voltage rating and all of that. You can tune your card however you want, or you can go with the more simple solution, which is Radeon Chill. Now, with this enabled, you see how I'm just sitting here right now. I'm not touching anything. My frame rate is set at minimum. It drops to 60. My power drops down to 286. But then if I move my camera or something, my frame rate will go up a little bit, and then my power will go up. But then if I get on it, you'll notice that my power rate goes up, and my frame rate also goes up as well. So you can set the max frame rate to wherever you want, so that it'll still work with like your VRR display. They usually recommend like a few less than your overall screen resolution, or your screen display rate. I set mine to 120 for this test, so that we could see how much we could limit it. And now look, if we stop and we let it go back down to 60, then you'll watch the overall the power consumption will start to come down a little bit. Not a whole lot on this one, but that's kind of like the you can get in there and you can fine tune it a little more. Like, see how I've got it set to like 60 or whatever. I think that, like, your screen resolution, let me try something. I can get back in here into my thing, and then I can just go right over to gaming with this game here. So I've got my min set at 60, so let me set that down to like 45, and then we'll go up to 161 with that, and then we'll jump back out of there into the game. Now you can see, like, right here, it limits my FPS while I'm just not doing anything to 45. But then if I start going, my frame rate instantly will start going up. Now, I do have this running at 4K right now, so let's go ahead and let's jump into the settings real quick. We'll go down to graphics, and I will I'll take my resolution down to let's do 1440p, so we can see what this is going to do for us. So right here, I'm stopped. I'm just getting the 45 frames per second. My power rating dropped all the way down to 149, 160. If I get going in 1440p, let my frame rate crank up to match the action, it'll still, kind of, and it does. It's supposed to be like a smart feature, like it's a smart feature that'll keep you that'll keep your graphics card cooler. It'll keep your frame rate a lot more stable. It'll help with some of the other things that like some of the other things that most people worry about in power consumption wise. And this is just something that you can flick on and just let the system do it. You don't even have to get in there and do all of the tuning and all of that stuff yourself. This is just something that it's another one of them quality of life features. If you don't want to burn through a lot of power, like, look, I'm getting my card down into, and I'm still, look at that frame rate, still playable, 100%. Like, if you don't want to waste a whole bunch of power, you don't have to. You can easily play these games at a decent resolution with good frames, and if you're stopping, you're like, man, it'll drop down to your frame rate that you want it to, so that you consume less power. Very, very cool feature. Very cool feature. And this is exclusive to, like, the Radeon software, the Radeon cards. I think you can use this with the 6000 series, maybe even the 5000 series. I don't know. Maybe you can use it with all the series. I'm not exactly sure, but it seems to be a pretty decent feature if you want to overall save some power. Now, I did do a little bit of reading up on it just so that I could learn how to enable it and activate it and use it and stuff like that. But overall, I think this might be that solution that a lot of people are wanting. And you can even still lower your frame rate even more. Like you can drop it down to like you can play around with this. You want to stay in your VRR range though. That's the one thing that I've kind of learned was probably critical with this. So I believe my VRR range, let's go down to, we can drop this down to, I'm going to go down to 30 frames. And then instead of 160, seeing as I'm right around 80 or whatever, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to keep my max frame rate right here at, we're going to lock it at 80 frames per second. We're just going to lock it at 30 and 80. So now when I'm idle, it's going to drop to 30 frames per second. It's going to save that. If I move the camera a little bit, it goes up. You see how fast it like resolves right back into that. I'm not getting no screen tearing. I'm not getting any issues like that. Maybe I do want it a little bit higher than 80. Because that's going to keep me. So yeah, we need it to go up. We need it to go up higher. This here will help us figure out how to set this. So I'm going to go all the way to my screen refresh rate. Let's try 165 because that's what my screen refresh rate is 165. 345. Okay. We will go ahead and stop that right there. All right. So now when we get out, yeah. I don't know if this is going to be good for a racing game unless you lock it right at 60. You're not going to want to go under 60. No, I mean the frame rate will still go up, but yeah, we can get much higher frame rate. And then let me show you what happens when you turn off Radeon Chill, just so you guys can see this. So if I just go ahead and switch that back off, and then I get back into the game at the 1440p, that's just going to run my card at like max power, so I'm getting max frame rate all the time. So you can get in there. I think each game, and this does let you set it up for each game, individual game, whatever game you want to play, you can get in there and you can set this feature to so I mean if you're like playing something that's like an open world game and you're walking around a lot, you know, maybe you want that set up on something like that. Maybe you want to just be able to, you know, save some power draw and stuff. That's a pretty cool feature, man. Radeon Chill is pretty cool, and it does seem to work. You'd probably have to sit and play around with it. Me personally, I'm probably just gonna run my card at freaking max the whole time I have it. Like I mean, the little bit of, you know, money that you'd be saving is like $20 a year or something. So to me, it just doesn't necessarily matter on saving that little bit of power. But overall, I do think the feature is pretty cool. I do like playing this game right here though. Graphics, I like to have this baby all the way up to like right here to apply that. Yes. And that there automatically like starts taking my frame rate into the 50s, but this looks so incredible. This is my favorite feature, and as long as it's close to 50-60 frames a second, I'm pretty cool with that, because this is running at 6K now. And it looks absolutely incredible. With like VRR and FreeSync and everything, you don't really feel like the screen dropping or anything like that. So it's pretty fun, man. I think I might have went one up too high actually, because I was getting over 60 just the other day. Do got some stuff running in the background though now, but I mean overall I think Radeon Chill is a pretty decent feature for these cards that can definitely help you save. Let's see if it'll help us save running this thing at 6K. Let's see. Radeon chill. We can turn on some anti-lag. Oh no, you can't have anti-lag on with it. Ooh, okay, so but we want this to stay minimum at like 45. Okay. Let's get back out of here. Boom. There we go. Resume. So when I stop, it'll drop me down to 45, but because I'm running at such a high resolution, it's not going to do me any good whatsoever at this higher resolution. So, yeah, this is going to be for something that you're like, if you're trying to conserve power, you're not going to have any problems with conserving like settings and resolution or anything like that. Running this, you know, at your higher resolutions and stuff is going to be fine. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe in city, look at that. I'm getting back up to 60 now. Maybe it was just out here and stuff. I was able to get over the, wow, am I, like, yeah, I mean, okay, maybe that's what it was. Maybe it's 60 out here in the countryside and 40 to 50 in the city. All right, so this Radeon chill is actually pretty freaking sweet. Stop, and then boom, it drops me right down to 45. So, yep, this is awesome. It does work if you want to save some if you want to conserve power and stuff. Yeah, definitely. Give that a shot. Check it out. Get in there, play around with it, set your limits wherever you want to go. This here basically just does it for you. Like the power's there when you need it. And then it's also conserving when you don't need it. Like if you're sitting here and you're talking to somebody on the phone and you're not wanting to consume all that power, like you can do that. And that's pretty cool. The other option is to get in there and set your power on your card up that way. I don't know if I'm going to be playing around with that too much, like undervolting and overvolting. I bought this card from Amazon. So if I would have bought it from like Best Buy or somewhere local, that I could just take it back and get a new one that day, it would be a different story. Maybe I'd be more willing to play around with that kind of stuff. But seeing as I don't have a backup card and I have to have a card for the channel, I don't think I'll be doing any of that kind of stuff with it. Anything that could potentially void the warranty or anything, because when you get in here, it says that they're not responsible for you overdoing it. And seeing as I'm so new to PC, I don't know if I want to do that kind of stuff just yet. I want to get some more. I want to take it a little bit slow and try to learn as much as I can and kind of just get a baseline, and then maybe start playing with that when it's getting closer to like upgrade season again. I want to see what I can do with this. But the Radeon chill does seem to be working pretty good. So if that's something that you are needing to conserve power, it does work pretty good. But I'm going to go ahead and turn that off. Get into global display. And then where's my favorite thing? Oh, anti-lag boost. Radeon. Where's my favorite one at? Oh, maybe it's under display. Yeah, okay, my virtual super resolution's already enabled. That's the thing I'm really liking on this. So, all right, my friends, if you like this content, do not forget to like and subscribe. I will see you guys in the next one. Hopefully the sound came out better this time. We'll see you guys later.